love to not introduce myself.
Hello, everybody. I am Colin Kyle here from Geek Therapeutics. We are here gonna play some Fate Core tonight. We're gonna be doing Rockalypse, one of my favorite Fate settings, Fate scenarios ever. If you're familiar with the stream, you know I like to come on here and run this, and it's a silly, kooky experience, very cartoony, very Bollywood. And so we are going to do that tonight, but I am here. I am one of the professional GMs here at Geek Therapeutics. I don't have the therapy side, but I have the game design, professional GMing side. My background is in ecology and evolution, got a PhD in there, so I get to call myself doctor, but different from all the other Geek Therapy doctors. And so I worked on bugs, not people. But anyways, I love designing games. I love playing role-playing games. I work with Geek Therapeutics and Sugar Gamers as well, and we are here to play some games, a game. So, and we've got two awesome students here that are going to tell you a little bit about themselves, just to say hi, and then we'll get into the Fate.
I'm Morgan. I am more on the therapeutic side than the game side. I'm learning the game side.
Perfect.
And I am Sarah, and I'm a therapist and learning more about gaming.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad y'all are here and trying this out. And yeah, so we are going to play Fate, and we're going to play Rockalypse. And so we have a are we showing the, I should have asked, are we showing the Roll20? No. Great. Excellent. Good. So we will be playing, we're going to be playing this on Roll20, so there's going to be some visual aids, our streamers that are not going to see, but that's totally fine. And so, because Fate is a game, it's best to be played like on a tabletop. And so we're going to be using some things. We have usually use dice and like sticky notes or note cards to represent the aspects that we're going to be using in this game, and then and those are going to be out on the table. And that's one of the things I really like about Fate. Actually, is it helps build this kind of visual representation of what's going on in the game, and so it's really easy for space cadets like myself to remember what is going on in the game, and who your teammates are and stuff like that, and what's been happening and what's going on right now. And so you can see stuff like that right on the table. And that's one of my favorite things about Fate too. And so we are, so yes, so yes, and so we've got your characters here, and we've got two characters. We're gonna be doing an awesome duet tonight. And looks like we've got names. You guys are thinking about your characters. And do you want to introduce your characters? Say your name, give me your character's pronouns so I can refer to them properly, and then maybe a little description about who you are, what you do in the band, little details.
I am Nosa Basso, and I'm a bass player. We'll go with she, her.
Excellent. She, her. Love it. All right, Octavia.
I am Octavia. I'm the percussionist, and my pronouns are they, them.
Awesome. Awesome. And so, take a lot of notes when I do this. So yes, and so we've got you two. You are part of a two-piece that is bass and percussion, which is awesome. I'm imagining there's going to be some loop pedal involved, and maybe one of you guys sings too, just a little bit for fun. Who knows? You guys can think about that as we form what this band is. We'll hopefully have a name for your band, and kind of get a little one of the little description about your band. But as we work up to that, we play Rockalypse in in a setting. So we play it in a post-apocalyptic setting, and there's a bunch of different apocalypses out there. And so we are yes, and so we present those options to our players in Rockalypse, and that is one of the things that I really love about it. Is it's not just like Mad Max, or it's not just whatever. It has a lot of different options, and it gives it tons of replayability. And so it's one of my favorite books on my shelf, because it's like, I don't know what to do. I can just grab it, and it's going to be new and exciting to me as a GM, which goes a long way, and to new and exciting to my players too. And so it's always a good time, and in my opinion, no pressure. But it's one of my favorite games because it has such flexibility, and it's upfront with that flexibility really nicely. And so we have these different scenarios we've got that we were talking about already a little bit before the game to prime this. And but just for our audience and for the brain cells, everyone involved, we have the Wasteland scenario. That is the Mad Max style desert type place. We've got Streets of Cyber City, which is like hip hop, synth, futuristic, aliens from Dimension X. Aliens have come and invaded, and the world has to survive. We've got Pandemonium, which is the armies of hell have risen and walk the earth. And then we've got Rock and Roll High School, which is Rock and Roll High School. And so we can layer any of those together. We were talking about maybe doing some Wasteland, but any of the other ones appeal to you guys? What do we want? We usually mix 2 or 3 settings together.
I think Rock and Roll High School could be fun.
Absolutely. Wasteland, Rock and Roll. Yep. So was that, Sarah?
I was saying that's kind of what I was thinking, was Rock and Roll High School sounded interesting.
Excellent. Oh yeah. Wonderful. And so, yeah, I mean, because who wasn't in a try not to cuss on the screen too much. We usually keep it PG at 13. And so, but yeah, who hasn't been in a crappy high school garage band? I certainly know I was. And so that one's a great one. Or you can be whatever kind of high school band you want to be. But that's a beautiful one. It's great. It fits well. And it's also really fun to have the juxtaposition because of doing still having homework at the end of the apocalypse. But it also helps create world building because there's some reason we're still having social structure. We're still having education. It's still part of you guys are going to be living in some type of wasteland city, wasteland, something like that with enough infrastructure. Or maybe you're just in some lone standing high school in the middle of the desert, and it's self-sustaining. Who knows? Got a lot of options in Rock and Roll High School crossed with Wasteland, but I love that one. And so we put this into we put it into our brains, but we also put it mechanically into the game by adding aspects to the Fate world, to the world that we're building. And so let's pick usually start out with like 3 aspects or so, like 3 or 4 aspects. And so we'll probably do about 2 from each of these. And we have example aspects already given in the Rockalypse packet. And so we've got Wasteland. You guys can check them out, but everything is scarce. We don't need another hero, which is like a silly one, but that's like a 6-string samurai style. Like, they've all come through. We don't need another one of you guys trying to be here, trying to be that badass. We'll see you on the road, Skag. So there are roving bands of bands, like they are, but they are, guitar or not guitar, cars or something like that, that are roving around and you name it. Yeah, maybe they're on animals. Who knows it? But there is a lot of stuff waiting around to jump at you. And then some of my best friends are mutants. So mutants are often a part of the post-apocalyptic thing. Gotta love Waterworld. That's one of my favorite wastelands, the aquatic wasteland. And yeah, any of those sound appealing to you guys? We'll pick 2 of those. And then I'll throw them on the game board.
I kind of like some of my best friends are mutants.
Wonderful. That's great. Yeah. We can have mutants in the high school. We can have mutants as teachers. You guys can be mutated yourself if you want to. That one's a fun one. Excellent. And so if you are running Fate yourself, you'd have your stack of note cards or your sticky notes, and you'd write that out, stick it on the game board, and that would be part of what's called the world aspects. Those are ones are persistent, they stick around. And so we're going to be using the blue aspects are the ones that are going to stick around all game. And then the red ones, we just have an example on there. Those are scene aspects. And so they only stick around for a single scene. So use them or lose them, basically, is that one how that works. But those will come up later when we're actually doing like a song. Sorry about the big eyes. Some of my best friends are mutants. Excellent. All right, and then let's do one more from that guy. Everything is scarce, maybe. We want this to be a a really sometimes, there's different kinds of wastelands out there. Some of them are really devoid of things, really empty. Some things are surprisingly lush, like me and our tech guys, Crits. We're talking about Fallout. And some of those Fallout games are pretty jam-packed with stuff. There's all kinds of stuff all over the place. So there's kind of different types of wastelands out there. So the everything is scarce is the very Mad Max one, where it's really pretty scarce. And See You on the Road Skag has a little bit more density to it.
How about everything is scarce?
Break out the duct tape. Excellent, good. Excellent. And then we will go down to the Rock and Roll High School. And that one, we have we've already got one on there, which is one of my example aspects, which is even at the end of the world, we still have algebra, which is amazing. And so, like I said, kind of a little bit at the beginning, for some reason, if we do, which I think we should do, even at the end of the world, we still have algebra. You guys still have class. You're scavenging, you're scrounging, but you are, but yet you still have homework. And there's plenty of reasons for that. My stuff. There we go. So my best friends are music, are mutants, and everything is scarce. Great. And then even at the end of the world, we have algebra. And then the last one, which one of you guys pick for Rock and Roll High School, which is potentially popular kids have it easy. There's some kind of social, like economical type disparity within the high school. And you guys can be popular kids or you can be not popular kids. But it's part of the game. And then we have, this is our big break, or sorry, let's go in order. Have you seen a girl with hair like this, which is the kind of romantic subplot? I will not be flirting with anybody. That is kind of one of my big X card things, is I don't do a lot of like that kind of stuff in my games. But this is a way to incorporate that kind of stuff. There could be NPCs. You obviously won't be directly role-playing with them, but you can still have it be like, I'm going to play it for that guy in the back row, or whatever, and that can still be something that you can add and still be a really fun, kind of interesting thing, kind of a Scott Pilgrim versus the world type component. And then the last one is, this is our big break, which is, even though you guys are in a wasteland full of scarcity, you guys got a way to get out, you got a way to escape it. And if you just play the right gig, or you just find the right item or something like that, you'll find yourself some promised land or something like that. Right, record label, who knows? Get to the big city in the wasteland and you'll be living on Easy Street. Who knows? But any one of those three sound appealing to y'all?
I would pick Popular Kids Have It Easy.
Excellent.
Yep. That's the one I was going to suggest.
Beautiful. Love it. Fate is being, not fate. Whatever. Roll20 is being a little slow, but that's fine. Popular Kids Have It Easy. Great. And so, excellent. And so this is the backdrop of the fiction that we will be playing with tonight. And where we go from there is we will figure it out. So I think I've been accidentally deleting some things, but doesn't matter. And so we are, so yes, and so you guys are a high school band and you got homework. Are you popular kids, or are you not so popular kids? Where on this spectrum do you two imagine you are?
I'm going to go with not popular kids.
That's a fine choice. I think it's a fine choice.
Yeah.
That
was like my first thought when I saw that phrase was.
Yeah, right.
That I'm totally going to be a not popular kid.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
100%.
Why would we want to be the
underdogs?
popular kid?
Why would we want to be popular? Absolutely. Especially with mutants around and stuff like that. There's plenty of ripe reasons for there to be a bit of a stratification, or whatever word we want to use, within this high school. And so and then we will so excellent, good. And so what kind of music do you guys imagine you play? You're in the wasteland, you've got strapped together gear, you've been piecing it together, and certain things you've been scrapping, and but you play awesome jams. You guys are and you guys are gonna go somewhere. I'm gonna be playing your stage manager, and you guys got the right stuff. And so yeah, you can think about obviously it'd probably be some type of rock music, but we can play from there. You guys can be grimy punk band. I always like to just like mash up weird stuff. Again, that's just like part of the silliness. And then we can just kind of go from there. Dark synth ska, like who knows?
About like a grungy Riot Girl band.
Oh, wonderful. So we've got some Riot Girl ideas. Grungy Riot Girl fits in the wasteland. But you guys got more than that just going on. What else going on? What do you think, Sarah? What else? What helps distinguish you guys? You're the bassist.
I am unsure.
Totally fair. We can keep it from there, and then if something else pops up, then we can slot it in. And so, but for now, Grungy Riot Girl band is spectacular, and we can go from there. Think about a Riot Girl. Excellent. Any particular reason you guys are two band member? Did somebody recently die? Did you guys lose some band members perhaps in the latest rad storm? Or are you guys just always who needs more band members when you got Octavia and Noosa?
I think we're doing just hanging out together, just two friends having a band.
That's perfect. Excellent. Good. And so, excellent. So you guys go to high school in this post-apocalyptic sandy area. And so you guys have the desert. I'm a big fan of the Southwest. We've got kind of Death Valley style desolate wilderness, and you two are a band, and you guys are, so everything is scarce. You guys have a big show coming up soon. It's coming up round the bend, and you guys, but you're missing something. Like, what do you guys, it can be a piece of equipment or something else, like maybe a new media marketing connection, like a media connection to get the word out that you guys are playing, but there's something that you guys are missing for the next big show that's coming up that would really improve your Riot Girl wreckage. And it could be kind of anything, that's what I'm curious about, what you guys need. Need more gear. You guys need a new tour bus. Need a new manager. Get the word out about y'all. What do you guys imagine you need?
Like we might need a singer.
Singer, that's another thing. Yes, you guys could. The other option is getting a cool band member. So I like that. Excellent.
Maybe a manager to help get us a gig.
Yes. Love it. Good options. So it's the end of, probably the end of the school day. We'll think about it. But oops. Sorry, I take a lot of notes. And so you guys are it's a 3-day weekend perhaps, and let's say that there is maybe in the next town over, you guys have heard about a big wasteland bar, or maybe there's a music fest going on over there. Ooh, let's do that one. Yeah, there's a music fest happening next town over. Seems like a primo situation to find yourself maybe a manager and a singer. It's going to be some stages strapped together. And oh, I like that. And so that will be a good potential option. Guys, it's on your calendar. But you got to get there. And it's going to require trekking through or perhaps driving through the wasteland, depending on how you two get around. If you're going to be going to the next town over, you guys got a set of wheels. What do you imagine? Are you just strapping the backpacks on and hiking? It's more fun if you got wheels. Like, let's go wheels. Like, what do you guys drive? I don't want to hear about your cool backpacks. Let's talk about a cool car. You can tell me about your backpacks. But how does Octavia and Noosa? I'm going to say that maybe Octavia has the guitar, the keys or something. I don't particularly know why I'm leaning why the percussionist, because you play a little bit of everything. Got to have a big car to carry around your stuff.
So it's probably like a like a really big truck.
I like that. Got a big truck.
Yes. So that we can haul everything.
Love it. Are you imagining a flatbed, like pickup truck, or are we doing a like a big big rig truck?
Ooh, yeah, big rig.
Garbage truck. Converted garbage truck, big rig. I like this.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Like every high schooler should be driving.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And so do you have the full big rig with the trailer, I guess is the word, on the back, or you guys just have like the front with the back? Because you're gonna need space, so you could have it.
We
all
definitely we need the trailer. This is not going to be a little box truck. This is
you guys are taking up a lot of space in the high school parking lot.
Yes.
But you do not care. And also,
picture the truck part being one with the like swanky like sleeper.
Nice. Sleeper cab. Oh, nice sleeper cab.
Because you don't know how long it's going to take, and you might get stranded.
Awesome. Love it. Yes. Yeah, that's a great reason to have this, especially in the post-apocalyptic wasteland. That's great. And that's super cool. And is this do you guys imagine this is yours, or is this like does somebody else own this that you like? Is this a family vehicle, or is this all Octavia's / Octavia and Noosa's? It's cool if it's just a band. I don't know. I'm just messing around a little bit. I like asking probing questions. What's more fun is, oh yeah, go on.
Probably belongs to my dad, but I took it without asking.
Excellent. Better to ask forgiveness than permission, because you got a fest to go to.
That's right.
Oh, excellent.
Stuff to carry.
That's right. Beautiful. All right, so we've got Dad's big rig, and with the full trailer, so that's sweet. It's gonna be a little flashy, perhaps. So excellent. So you load up the truck. Get ready. You guys maybe we'll have you guys playing at the fest. I think that seems reasonable. If you're going to go out there, we're going to have you do at least a little show. Figure it out. Most important thing though is we got to get you guys there. You always travel with your equipment anyways. It's Rockalypse. It's always around. If in doubt, there's gear. Also, Octavia plays anything, and and Noosa, who leaves home without a base? So
Not me.
not you. Wonderful, excellent. So truck is geared up, and then we hit the road, which is dusty, which is sandy. You guys have everything is scarce, and so there are hulled out frames of cars and stuff like that around on the side of the highway that you guys are driving down. And you guys are the biggest thing on the road, that's for sure. There's not a lot of stuff on the road to begin with in terms of other drivers, which is maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing. So they are do you guys have how are you guys how do you guys imagine you're getting from your city to the next one? You guys go in the straight route, which would be the most visible route to potentially run into raiders or people who might mess with you. It's a straight line, go the direct route, maybe a highway or something like that, or you guys could try and take little back roads if you wanted to go. That might be less obvious, but who knows? We got two. That's my question for you. Two routes. Are we going direct route, big highway, or indirect route, smaller roads, the scenic route?
Octavia, you're driving, so where you want to take this beast of a truck?
I don't imagine that we take the straight route anywhere.
Wonderful, perfect. That's what I want to hear. Scenic route, it is. And so, so you know a shortcut, maybe. One of you guys knows a shortcut. And you guys pull off the main highway and are heading down. And so, I wanted to ask, so one of the components of our world is we have some of my best friends are mutants. And so that in itself, mutants are not evil. You're not going to be like assailed by some roving band of mutants. There might be mutants among the raiders, perhaps. But some of your best friends are mutants. And so are either of you guys a mutant, perhaps? Seeing as y'all are best friends, odds are good. If the person next to you isn't mutated, then you probably are yourself. But it can be any kind of mutation if you want to. It doesn't have to be like detrimental. But you're welcome to have a third arm or a spare eye if you want to. Just saw that one.
I was just thinking that maybe I needed some extra arms so I could play multiple bass lines.
I love it. Excellent. Noosa has, are we talking third arm, 4 arms?
Thinking 4.
4 arms. Excellent. Balanced. That makes sense.
Oh.
Good. 4 arms for Noosa. I love it. Good. 4 arms for Noosa. Excellent. Any mutations on Octavia?
Octavia is not a mutant, but she's kind of bitter about it.
Oh, that's fair.
It's okay.
Spend enough time
With
outside.
like 2 out of 4 of my arms.
Amazing. And you give the best hugs, Noosa. And so wonderful, excellent. So you two are cruising. Got Octavia driving. We've got Noosa hanging out with 4 arms. And before long, though, you guys you pick up something in your rear view, or I guess your side view mirrors, because you don't really have much of a rear view mirror. Looks like there are we got some, looks like there might be some raiders on your tail.
Oh, we got company.
You got company. You see some dust coming up in your side view mirror and some exhaust coming. It's driving off-road. You don't exactly know how many of them are, but there's a dust cloud coming your way. And how do you guys respond? Do you want to hit the gas, try and outrun them? You want to brace for impact? See how fast this thing can go?
Yeah, let's see if we can outrun them.
Pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal, excellent. And so Octavia, we're gonna have you do a drive roll for me. Who knows if you have actually drive? Secretly a math genius. Is that real? Did you put that on there yourself?
I put that on there.
Perfect.
It's definitely not true about me, but it's true about her.
Oh, I love it. Ooh, that's gonna come up. And
Okay.
and so you don't have a drive skill here particularly, but let's give you one of these guys. Maybe we'll switch out, I don't know, rapport with drive or something like that. And so, yes, we're on skill rolls. That's the point. That's what I'm bringing up now. And so we're going to do a roll. Very exciting. And so the way you open up your character sheet, bring that up, and then we've got your skills down below your aspects. And next to your skills are little like little buttons. They've got a like a little gray box with a white square inside of it and a little plus sign. And so those are your dice rolls. And so you roll dice by pushing, like by clicking on the little button next to the appropriate skill that you want. And then it will roll the fun fate dice for you. And then it'll automatically add your skill bonus for that. So let's just have you do like a rapport roll, and we will have that be your drive. Perfect. And so you got a 3. And so that's how it works. And then, but that's just a flat roll. That's the unexciting stuff. It's basics. And so, but you did do a good roll. And so when we are doing more exciting rolls, normally we're going to talk about bonuses and spending fate points before you roll the dice. And so, like, I'm glad you clicked the button so you make sure it works. And so we can keep with the +3, or we can have you re-roll it. But we spend fate points before we roll. And so, and that way we can figure out how many bonuses you want to stack up on this and what aspects are going to be involved to explain why you guys are good at getting away, hitting that heavy metal. And so with that, we would, all of the aspects that are on board have 2 guitar picks on them, and those are 2 free uses. So if you want to activate one of, incorporate one of those, I'll just grab the fate points and we'll stack them up. For example, everything is scarce. You guys could be, turn that around, like everything's scarce, so the raiders' cars are shitty, so it's easy for us to pull away. Everything is scarce, so it's a nice open road, and so I've got plenty of space to really get some speed going. Or whatever you want. Some of my best friends are mutant. I got a mutant mechanic. He put NOS in this thing. Something like that. And that's kind of just that's the way we get bonuses, and you just got to justify it in a nice little sentence, and then we take off the bonuses, and that's how we build the narrative, and that's how I remember what's going on in this game.
Hey, I think we definitely have to go with a mutant mechanic. That sounds pretty incredible.
And then you can also, you have 3 fate points yourself, and you do spend fate points on your own personal character aspects. And so if you want to bring in one of those, you're a secret math genius. Maybe you've been working on the hood yourself and tuning things. There's whatever you want. Or I panic when I'm the center of attention, and so you're worried about being the center of attention, so you hit the gas, whatever. But those are the ways you do that. And so you have yeah, you spend personal fate points with personal aspects, and then the world aspects are open grabs.
Okay.
And you can
Well,
use
let's
as
go
many
with
fate
must
points as you
always.
want.
Always have to be on time.
Ah, that one. Ah, excellent. Good. And so we get +2 for each of these fate points that you're spending. And so we've got 2 right now, one from the world aspects, one from your personal aspects. And so that's a total of +4 on top
Okay.
of your roll, which is a pretty good start. And so yeah, so let's do a re-roll and let's see what you get. Let's see where we go.
Sorry.
Yes.
Lost my way. There we go. Okay.
No worries. Excellent. Great. Oh, even better. Perfect. So you got a 4, and then on top of that, you add +4, and then so you get your total of 8. And fate has a ladder of possible results. When you guys potentially run fate yourself, you can, rules as written, you set like challenges and do subtraction and stuff like that. I'm lazy, I don't. I also think it's kind of a slightly annoying thing to set difficulties for any kind of skill check personally. But there's things there and you can think about it yourself if you want to. But basically we have a ladder of results, and you got an 8, which is a legendary result. And so your effort is of legendary effort, and you would achieve things that are of legendary status. And so that's sick. And so you burn rubber, and you really hit the gas. And so you have you pull away from the raiders in your side view mirror, and it's sick. What's it like when you said you got this mutant mechanic? Are we seeing flames coming out the back of this? Like, what does this look like as your badass big rig hits the metal?
Oh,
It's the gas.
Flames sound really cool. I think we're also probably going to shoot something at them.
You're gonna shoot something at them?
Yes. Yes.
Like a projectile, like a weapon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, is it going to be something that like slows them down?
Sure. We'll shoot some spiky things at them and puncture their tires.
Oh, caltrops, perhaps, spiky things. So that's cool. That's cool. So let's have that's an option for maybe Sarah's character to do. You're driving, and so you could have Nusa deploy the defenses to slow them down further. That would be sweet. Maybe do you have a let's see what skills you got. I give the best talks ever. You do. You have let's see. You could use basically whatever skill you kind of want to do this. Physique is not a bad one. Like maybe you have to like you're lifting these heavy things, you're loading them up, you're putting the spiky things in a mortar, or you're just physically hurling them yourself. Who needs a mortar when you got these guns?
Hey, when you've got 4 arms, you don't
Yeah.
really much.
That's awesome. And so we could do that with a physique roll to deploy and to slow the raiders down further. And what aspects? I mean, some of my best friends are mutants. But you, as you, your I give the best hugs would be in this case because you're given spiky hugs. Teddy bear inside, spiky outside. Obvious. Obviously, you got some spikes to deploy.
We'll go with teddy bear inside, spiky outside.
Awesome. Good. Great. So are these spikes like normal? Do you have like are these like part of your gear that you're like breaking off and tossing at them, or do you just have spikes around? How do we visualize
You just have
this?
a spare set of, or just random broken instruments, because
Oh,
I
sweet.
play my play my axes really hard.
Yes, they're all jagged and busted. perfect for puncturing tires. That's awesome. Great. And then do we want to throw anything on top of this? Maybe a world aspect? Everything
I'm thinking
is
algebra might be involved.
Ooh, that's fun. Yes, please. Good. And so you are perhaps calculating exactly how many spikes you need to deploy, or solving for. That's great.
Gotta get the trajectory right.
Gotta get the trajectory line right. Perfect. Excellent. Good. You guys just did triangles, so break out that Pythagorean theorem.
Yep.
And so excellent. So that's a total of +4. So then we would have you hit your bonus for plus for your physique roll. Awesome. All right. You got a 3, a good roll, and then we add our 4 on top of that, which gives you a epic success, an epic effort. And so obviously that's awesome. And so you hurl. I mean, tell me, what's it like, dude? We got 4 arms. We're chucking broken instruments. They are covering the road. It's awesome. And so that you see in your background, or you see in your rear view mirrors, or Nusa can be leaning out of the side window to really get a good vision of this, but you see that there are the busted axes, the broken necks, are puncturing wheels of this band of raiders. You can see them grinding to a halt as they are waylaid by these musical caltrops. And so that's great. And so you can see that all of the big cars are that were trying to come after you guys had their tires popped. And so, but you see that there are a handful of motorcycles that were able to, like dirt bike looking things that were able to navigate between and weave, and they are fast enough to really hit the metal and catch up, hit the pedal and start to actually catch up with you guys. But they're all alone. They have no support, and it's about it's like maybe 3 motorcyclists, and they come up to you, and they one of them stands up on his motorcycle, and is still driving, obviously, and pulls out a guitar, strikes a chord, and you hear music through the baseboards of the big rig, and as there is a wailing cry of an electrical guitar that is rigged through a motorcycle engine, so it's got some cool, like, weird reverb and shit going on inside of it, and but it's loud as heck, and they are initiating a song with you guys, this little scrappy motorcyclist band, and they are basically going to try to drive you off the road with their awesome music. And it's basically going to like, they are start shredding, and they're going to start potentially shredding your tires with their sick guitar riffs as they are playing at you guys. And so if you don't deal with them musically, then they are going to shred your tires with their sweet riffs. So the way we do that, we have done the skill rolls, got the basics, fate, add some bonuses, add some aspects on top of that, get sick. And then and so for actual musical conflicts, because these guys are they are they're quick. They're locked on your tail. You're gonna have to do some more. So get out and break out the music to really get rid of them. And because like I said, otherwise they're gonna start doing real damage to not only your car but also your egos. Because they're like talking smack in their lyrics, and about how they're gonna shred more than your tires. They're gonna take apart your whole big rig. They've dealt with worse than you. And so the way it works is we basically kind of break it down into initiative, but it's you don't have to roll for initiative. Thankfully, this is one of my favorite ways to do initiative. Is it basically you break it out into different sections, and so the first count is overcomes, where you guys do something to try and overcome a negative that they've been imposing on you guys. And so we're going to do that with this. They already have one. We're going to put one negative on you guys for the shredding. So they are let's do shredding riffs. All right, shredding riffs. And so they are attacking your tires, and you're probably having to weave or do something to try and avoid those. So that is one type of kind of hindrance type of thing that's happening on you guys. You're not able to drive as straightforward as you would like to because of their vicious guitar solos that are going on behind you. So count one is overcomes, to try and directly deal with your opponents in that way. Count two is advantages, where you guys create advantages for your team. And so that is like adding new aspects to your song. And these will be scene aspects. So we'll do them in red. So they'll be temporary. And so you start kind of building up the layers of your song. And that can be cool bass lines, that can be cool pyrotechnic effects, kind of whatever is going on to start building the beneficial parts of your song that you draw from. And that's basically buffing up your team. And that's fun because that creates aspects, and then we'll put free fate points on those, and then you'll be able to draw from them and do other stuff in that scene. Other stuffs like count three, which is attacks. And so that's when you actually send over attacks at your opponents. And we do it kind of like where the two bands are facing off. And so these all happen at the same time. And so you guys will be sending attacks over at the same time. And it'll be, kind of, and then count four is defense. And that's when the another band member will do defenses for the team. And so we've only got two of you guys. And so we'll figure it out. And so, but you can, but basically we'll do this with, often you will, you can start kind of layering advantages and then do big crazy attacks, do an awesome solo, do something and really grab a bunch of fate points, do a big attack and then knock the opponents off the stage, blow them away. And so that kind of mirrors whatever. We don't have to talk about D&D tonight. We're talking about fate. And so but in a little bit of trivia, but in some of the old D&D editions, you would do you didn't roll for initiative, you picked what slot you wanted, like what time you want to go. Movers went first, shooters shoot your bows, melee attackers, and then spellcasters went at the end of the round, which was kind of an interesting thing. And so just random trivia. But for now, do you guys want to, you can pick which one you got to go in, get to go in. Do you want to do overcomes, do create advantages, do an attack, or defend your team?
I think we should attack.
One of you guys can attack. Excellent. You guys can have one person attack. You can have one person defend. You can have one person.
I was thinking of defend.
Excellent.
I was going
Perfect.
to harmonize with them.
Awesome. Love it. And that's fantastic. And so you guys will be and you guys have stunts. Stunts work like feats. They're kind of like passive bonuses that you guys can use if you want to, but no sweat, no pressure about kind of reading those because that's kind of text heavy. But for now, we'll just build up to stuff. But those are available if you want to say, hey, I have this thing and it makes this and that. So basically interrupt me whenever you feel like it. And so fantastic. And so we've got 3 motorcyclists and we've got 2 of you guys in your sick big rig. And so, all right, so let's do an attack. And so the song has begun. You hear the shrieking guitars from the motorcyclists weaving around you. And there's one guy, he's got like there's the guitarist, 2 guitars, lead, backup, and then you got somebody with a kind of a like drums, like they've incorporated like kind of electronic digital like one of those electronic well, we're in the wasteland. So yeah, no, that's sick. Yeah, let's do leather. He's got cool leather drums, kind of like saddlebags and stuff like that on his motorcycle, and so he's able to like do stuff while still driving. So that's cool. So that's the squadron of those guys who have made it. And so they set up the shredding riffs. Let's do one of them is going to create a advantage for his team, which is going to be the drummer. And so let's do desert Raider drum beat. And so they are so they've got that aspect to draw from as well. And so, all right, cool. So next we roll into attacks. And so you have, technically with the rules, melody and rhyme are the, okay. But we can have you switch out your skills if you want to have to be more of like a regular attacker, Morgan, and you can have the percussionist be singing. Be pretty cool if you want to do that. And yeah, and we would just substitute out one of your skills maybe for melody. So yeah, so let's have you roll. Let's just do it at a +3. So let's do your attack with harmony. But before that, let's talk about your cool attack and how you are getting your cool song started, and basically what aspects are we using? What are you gonna boost?
Okay, so I'm attacking using melody, just making sure I'm understanding what's happening.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, melody or what is it? Oh, I guess rhyme. Yeah, if we were saying you were going to be the singing, it would be rhyme. So yeah, so we'll substitute one of your +3 skills for rhyme, and have you start out with a cool some lyrics to get this song going.
Okay. I'm coming up with lyrics. I'm just making sure I'm understanding what's happening.
Yeah, you don't have to actually come up with yeah. You don't have to actually sing out loud, but we're gonna pick which aspects that why this attack would be extra powerful, why you're good at starting this verse out right. And so, like, for example, like you can use one of your personal aspects. And so got yeah, heart of the band. And so that one could work for starting out with a sweet attack. You care about your band so much that you want to defend this big rig, and gonna be putting a lot of heart into these words. That's one option. I love secretly amassed genius. I love must always be on time as also potential options, because you could be impatient with time wasters. You could be singing about that, about how you got places to be and these jokers shouldn't be slowing you down. You can, yeah.
Let's go with the heart of the band.
Sweet. Love it. Good. And great. And so, and then let's do a so that's one. And then any world aspects you want to throw on top of this?
Well, probably Grungy Riot Girl 2-piece.
Yes. Yep. This is part of your concept. Yep. That's the core concept for your band. High concept, I should say. And so that's great. Grungy Riot Girl 2-piece. You've done this song before, perhaps. Awesome. Great. And so then we've got a +4 bonus on top of this, as you guys are going to send an attack across. That's great. And so yeah, roll that. Hit one of your +3 skills, and then we'll see your result. All right, excellent. Yep. Okay, cool. So you got a 2, you got +4 on top of that, so 6 damage. Going to be going across, and they are to them. And so are you? So you're still driving while you're playing percussion and singing, which is great. Do you have like a mic set up? Like what are we seeing on this? Are you hitting the autopilot? Like what's going on? How do you imagine Octavia gets the song started visually for us? Because we've got 3 motorcyclists behind you guys, like trying to shred your tires with their guitar solos. You 2 are driving on this back road in this desert wasteland, trying to get to middle of nowhere music fest, little Burning Man.
Well, I think that as a percussionist and kind of jack of all trades for this band, living in an environment where we've just kind of got to make use of whatever we've got, I'm probably starting the song off by creating some percussion just based on what's inside the cab.
Sweet.
The truck.
Excellent. Dashboard, playing on you using drumsticks?
Yes.
Good. Love it. And then great. And are you just like sticking your head out the window and singing at them, or do you have like a mic set up, like with some speakers coming out the sides, back to front?
We've got speakers in the back of the truck.
Absolutely. Perfect. Got to.
Yeah.
And so the the speakers spark to life. That's sweet staticky feedback. Octavia's awesome voice comes ripping out through there, and sends that 6 points of damage across the way. And so the guitar singer is going to or the guitarist is going to send an attack across to you guys. And so he is going to use one of their Raider drum beats, and he is going to do an attack on you. Ooh, okay. All right. Well, he rolled real good. And so it's 6 points of damage coming across at you guys. So equal attacks. are going back and forth between you two. And so we have, that's okay, because Noose is there on defense, which is perfect because the basis is naturally, you've got a great rhythm roll, and rhythm is what we use. So the basis is kind of geared a little towards defense. Oh, also, I forgot. Before we do that, I forgot, you have one of the important stunts is for the basis is you get a bonus action at the beginning of all of these, in like the first round of combat, basically, before everyone else gets to go. So you have a stunt called Start the Groove, and where you get a basically a free move to let's see, is that it? One of you guys have yeah, I think you get to create a free aspect at the beginning.
It's free invoke.
Okay,
on
free
the
invoke,
first
so that's a
advantage.
bonus. Yeah, great. Great. And cool. Let's see what we got in here. Great. Yes. So that is a little different. But and I thought that one was where you got the free. Whatever, let's do it as a free action. That's more fun. A bonus action.
The free defend action on behalf of a bandmate was perfect. Looks like it's perfect time.
Ah, great. Good. I knew you got some kind of bonus action.
But who has failed their own defense.
Oh yeah, that's why these are a little. Oh man, so many words. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, let's just say, let's keep it simple and say you get let's have you get a bonus action. And anyways, more fun that way. So but let's have you do a I guess I've been using Start the Groove wrong, but whatever. Let's have you do a basically a free create advantage action for your team to get things started. And then we'll have still have you do a defend action.
Okay.
Because that's how we've been doing it before, I think, where it was like basis is like I get the first thing and whatever. But you guys are twosome, so let's do some bonus actions a little bit. And let's have you, if you're cool with creating an advantage for your team, we'll get that started. So you guys have a bonus. You guys have your own buff as well. And so if you were going to start if Noosa was going to create an advantage for your team, you're driving around in this, you have two bases. So this is, you could be buffing with one base and defending with another base. And that sounds sweet to me. But I want you to make up the name of the aspect that is going to be your advantage for your team. Is it a cool baseline, or is it it can be any type of advantage you do. And so your bassist has a number of different skills, and you can
Sorry, the first thing that came to mind was dueling banjos.
It's all we need. Done. Oh yes, that's it. Yep. And but it's gonna be, it's like a baseline. It's like that.
Yep. But I'm gonna play it on the bass with all four of my hands. So I'm playing both parts.
Excellent. Dueling basses. Excellent. That's metal. That's sick. I love it. And so yeah, that's what the motorcycle is here as they roll up and initiate you as you respond with dueling banjos on a bass line. Terrifying. Terrifying.
Oh,
Boom. No, you're great, Nan. No, I'm just joking. Oh my God, right. It's the classic line. And and so we are and so dueling bass lines, and so that is awesome. And so that's one of your, so let's have you do a roll for that one. And let's see, this seems like a rhythm roll to me, but you could make it a lore roll if you know that this is like the classic dueling song to get stuff started.
that seems like it might make more sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me. I like it's more than just like a sweet bass line, but this is like a symbolic, a meaningful dueling song. So awesome. So give me a lore roll on that one. So you got a good roll. I guess that's a mediocre roll. Yeah, a 0 is mediocre. But you do create your dueling bass line, and that is twanging and thumping away, and it is so it's not terribly impressive, and we'll just have 1 free evoke on that one because it was a little on the mediocre side. But you can, when you create a new aspect, you'll get 1, 2, or 3 free evokes on it. But this is your you get a bonus 1. So cool. Even though you did mediocre, it's still sick. So excellent. So cool. So those are that's a bonus that you guys have, and the red ones are on the right. It's the bad guys ones, and then the middle one is it's yours. These are scene aspects, so they're going to only apply to this song. So use them or lose them. So excellent. So we've got a next. So okay, cool. So that was dueling baseline started up. We got Octavia coming in, and with the 6-point attack, and then Sarah will now be defending. So thank you for letting me sort that stuff out a little bit, but I was like, your side looks a little lean. We need some more bonuses for you guys. So excellent. So now we do your defense. So that is a rhythm roll for you. And what do you want to spend any points on top of this to explain why your defense against this this Raiders attack on your the tires of your truck is surprisingly extensive repertoire. Perfect. Very logical. And so we've got, that's one of your personal aspects going on here. So we got a +2 on there. And so are you pulling out some deep cut, some B-side? I like the repertoire. And then we can add other bonuses if you want to on top of that.
So just for context, like you mentioned that we've each done 6 points of damage to each other, but like how many points are we dealing with?
Good question. Yes. So so the attacks are coming across, and the rate of exchange is like what your defense roll will block off as many points as you roll. So if you can roll a 6 or better, then you'll block all the damage points. You have a +4 on your normal rhythm roll. You're getting +2 on top of that. And so as long as you can roll a 0 or better, so you've got a 50% chance to block all of the damage, basically. don't know if that helps or not, but that's what you're kind of dealing with. And so if you want to be safe, spend one more fate point. If you are, and at this point, it's feeling this is a pretty reasonable roll.
I think I'll just stick with what we got. Right.
Excellent. Great, great. So roll your rhythm roll. Great. Okay, excellent. So you're good. Oh, 1 point of damage comes through. All right. So cool. 1 point of stress comes through, and damage manifests in this game through stress. And so there are physical stress, there's physical stress and mental stress. And would you, let's say let's pass it off. The damage is going to come through like it's going to be hitting basically functionally hitting your big rig. And so let's say Octavia is the one who actually takes it, because you're actually having to deal with like really wrenching the wheel around or something. Which would be physical stress from you like jerking your shoulders or something like that. Or it would be mental stress, like, oh man, like I borrowed this from my dad, like dad knows, like he's gonna know that there's like scratches on this, and that would be kind of the mental anguish that would be part of this. Are you thinking you take physical damage or mental damage?
I'm thinking, because I don't like being the center of attention, this is going to be mental stress.
Excellent. Perfect. All right, you take 1 point of mental stress, and that's totally cool. So good. And so we put that down. Check a little box on yours. You have you can take 2 points of physical stress and 3 points of mental stress for your character before we start putting in like injuries. And then, oh, I don't know why you're, but you have, for Noosa, you can take 4 physical stress and 3 mental stress for some reason or another. So we'll keep track of those. And so 1 point of mental stress to you, of being the center of attention as the raiders call you out, and you have to really make a show. So next we go back around. Oh yeah, and then let's roll their defense, as their rhythm guitar defends against you and your attack. And so let's have them roll. Okay, all right. So they only got 1 point. So let's say we use up their shredding riffs. So 3 points of damage goes across to them. And so excellent. So good. So that's a healthy chunk of damage to hurt them. And so how do you imagine? Let's see. So Octavia is the one who did the attack. And so you're singing through your mic. You got the mic, you got the cool speakers coming out the back. And how do you imagine you guys are your kind of attack manifests? I mean, it's cool, it's awesome, it's musical. And are we does it damage their gear? Does it do they have to like we're doing kind of a cool like, yeah, or is it just hurting them emotionally?
I think that as a band with a bassist and a percussionist, we probably have some seriously heavy bass
Hell yeah
going on. And those vibrations are probably going to make it very difficult for them to stay on the road.
Yes. Good. Awesome. Love it. Yeah. So this is like your actual big rig is causing the road to like resonate. And these guys are really having to like keep, and they're on motorcycles, 2 wheels. It's even harder. They're on like their dirt bikes on sand. And so they're really having to hustle hard to keep up with you. And it's you can hear the sounds of things popping and as the damage occurs, but you guys only take 1 point of damage and they take 3. So so that is awesome. And then we go back around to the top, And do we want to do any overcomes, which would basically be attacking the bonuses that they have on their side? Or do we want to create some advantages? Or attack and defend like previously? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Let's attack.
All right. So we'll keep Octavia on the attack mode. And
I'll continue to play my dueling bases.
sweet. Awesome. All right. And so let's do it. So Octavia, let's have you. You're coming through with an attack. And then what bonuses do we add on? What do we want to activate on this? You've got your dueling baseline to work off of now. So that's a natural addition to draw on. Like I said, use it before you lose it. This is going to be probably going to be with that amount of damage, one more attack should finish off these ragamuffins. I don't know, insert word. And so great. And sorry, excellent. So cool. All right. So one from dueling baseline. And then do you want to add one more on top of that?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can just stick with the +2 and go from there if we want to.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, excellent. So then roll your roll that attack, and we'll use your we're substituting like harmony or something like that for your rhyme skill. Great. So 2, so 4 points of damage coming across. All right. And then let's roll theirs to see how much. They're going to use 1, 2. Guitarist. Roll that attack. All right, we got 0. So, okay, cool. So only 2 points of damage is coming across. And you, Sarah, so that should be pretty easy to defend. You probably don't have to actually spend any fate points on that if you don't want to.
No, I don't think so.
Great. So cool. So do your roll for rhythm. Awesome. Yep. Great. Excellent. You absorb that with your defenses. They worked off of their Raider drum beat. And so they were, let's see. So their attack was coming across as a, they don't have a singer. And so their lead guitarist is continuing to solo at you guys. And at this point, he's going to be pulling up to your, to like the window and going to be like trying to wail directly into the cab and really mess with you guys directly in there. But you defend. So his defend effectively. So his attempts to try and assault the cab of your truck work great. How are you defending against this assault? Like, what are we narratively doing, Sarah, to defend against this assault? Got your rhythm going, and I guess so you've got didn't need to use any aspects. So short answer, basically you just played them off with your sweet bass. Didn't have to do anything too special. Making them look like chumps.
Oh.
And all right, and then let's roll their defense. Okay, got another 0 roll for them. And so 4 points of damage going across. All right, so that's gonna be enough to finish them off. That's plenty of damage. As you get them off of your back, and they go spinning off into oblivion. and or potentially, depending on what you guys want to do with them, are you you defeat them narratively, and so are they is your attack going to just, are you just busting their tires and they're going to be left on the side of the road shaking their fist at you? Do you defeat them and try and get you to try and give you an escort between here and the festival or something? Or how does it look as you defeat these this little band of bikers?
Do they happen to have a vocalist?
They do not. It's two guitarists and a drummer.
Okay, well,
So you could try and get the guitarist to join you if you want to. It's an option, but they are not it's quite what you're looking for. Try and get some information from them if you want to. They might know a good person to connect with.
see if they have any good leads on a vocalist, because we could really use one.
Cool. That's awesome. Excellent. And so you have defeated them, and they say, oh man, if you're looking for somebody who can really wail, that really seems like they'd fit your sound. There is a cool like noise pop band that might fit with you guys, perhaps, that is going to be playing. And so check out the band is called Bloody Pom Poms. Or something
Are they do they happen to be the popular kids?
no.
I mean,
Maybe they are. Let's say they are. Pom-poms. Yup. But word is the singer is unhappy, and maybe she's looking to hang out with some real quality friends, not just the skin deep popular kids. They heard that she comes out and hangs out with the Raiders sometimes, but they don't. But that she hasn't been telling her band. She sneaks out every once in a while and hangs out with the Raiders. That's how we know of them. That's what they say. So, but maybe she's too embarrassed to tell the rest of her band. She hangs out with scabs like us. Excellent. And so that's their that's their tip. That yeah, no, it's gonna be one of the popular kid bands, but maybe there's singers looking to defect. So awesome. So they tell you that, and then they peel off and help their band, or help the rest of their people who got tripped up by your spiky instruments. And you guys drive off, and you see the tents and the smoke and from the festival up soon. So you pull in this giant parking lot full of other sick wasteland vehicles, other cool tour buses and band vans. Lots of cool decals and stuff like that, are paint jobs on the side of these vehicles. You guys park, and turns out they waylaid you, but you got there just on time because you hate being late. Or let's start giving out some fate points. So that's part of the compels. So you are Octavia, you must always be on time. With the I'm going to give you a fate point if you're okay with being a little late to the Bloody Pom Poms have already taken stage. And then
Probably gonna stress me out that I'm a little bit late, but it'll be It'll be okay.
That's right. That's right. And then I'm gonna say, and then for you, Noosa, you are, let's do teddy bear inside, spiky outside. And so let's say this festival is it's got a general look of pretty hardcore, looks pretty vicious, pretty brutal, of really pretty hardcore bands, and you look the look, but you feel a little uncomfortable in here. Maybe you're I'm gonna offer you a fate point if you are like, so if the look of this place is actually a little bit more hardcore than you are comfortable with.
It's kind of sounding like it is.
Excellent. Yep. And so do a little refill. And so this festival is maybe you were expecting Burning Man, and instead we've got it's more of like a death metal scene. And so so we've got people in corpse paint hanging out, and it's the screaming is totally incomprehensible, and so so that's going on. And then you guys hustle to it, pick your way to the stage where the bloody pom-poms are playing. You can hear the they've got like I'm kind of imagining that they're like the Sleigh Bells, or one of my personal favorite bands are like Sleigh Bells, and they are kind of a noise pop band. And so this has got that kind of look to them. Not that you don't have to know who they are, but they've got it's got kind of like in this case we've got kind of like cheerleaders, like it's like the kind of cheerleader style band, so they are singing and dancing in coordination, but it is pretty loud and thrashy still. And so you can you come up onto them as they are playing, and they are popular kids, so you're going to try to they're probably going to get out of here as soon as their set is done. You get that feeling inside of you. And so this might be your only opportunity to perhaps get them to lure the singer onto your side. So are you guys going to go up and just like straight up challenge them on their set while they're playing? I'll give you both a fate point if you just challenge them while they're playing. It's bold. Or you can wait until after they're set and challenge them behind scenes. Talk to them like a civilized band.
Feels a little outside of my element to just jump up there and challenge.
Yep.
Pretty bold.
It's pretty bold.
I think we can do it anyway.
Probably could.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Excellent. So we get a nice refill, and you guys are a little uncomfortable, but you're pushing those limits, and you're going to make this rock. And so excellent. And so is it, are you guys going to be coming through like the crowd, like parting the Red Sea of the metalheads, or are you guys going to be coming up from the side stage, like through the wing, and coming on directly onto stage with them? Are you challenging them from the pit or on stage with them?
Totally from the side.
From the side. Excellent. Good. So you've talked your way in. The backs, I mean, there's probably not really security checking this shit anyways, and it's that kind of place. And so yeah, of course you can get into the side stage and even potentially draw power from their grid or something like that. There's different sabotages you could do if you wanted to. And so that's great. And so awesome. So you guys are coming on, and That's fantastic. So then we do another, we're going to do another quick, we've got about 10 minutes left or so of this stream before we do a little Q&A at the end. And then so we'll do another quick song. And this time we've got a proper audience. And so one of the options for this is you can have an audience meter, which is pretty silly and fun. And then like the audience will give you guys bonuses depending on which way the audience swings. So that's one of the fun things that he added to this as just an option. But yeah, so there is a audience, and they see you two off to the side, and they're a little bored with the bloody pom-poms themselves anyways. And so they're a little bit more hardcore than and so they are and so yeah, they're like challenge or something like that. And so they start chanting, or maybe you just come on playing dueling banjos, the dueling bass lines again. Perfect. Awesome. Yep, that's just too good not to use again. And so we got that dueling bass line starting up, and everybody's into it. They all know what this means. And and this grungy ride girl two-piece is ready to rock. And so let's have you do a lore roll again. Let's see if you can get a better roll, see if you can get a bonus point on this guy. All right, much better. So that's better. So that's a reasonable roll, not a mediocre roll. And in this case, that is a good roll. So you got a solid good baseline starting out, and you get a bonus point because you are the bassist to get the groove started. And so excellent. So that's your the beginning bonus, the beginning advantage that you create for your team. And I'm going to say the pom-poms already have a they already have an advantage themselves. They are going to have let's see, oh yeah, cool. So stage let's see, let me think about something more clever than that. But they have the stage is already set up. They've got their music, they've got their instruments already there. They have their cool potential laser light show or something like that, if they've got it, because they're the popular kids, so they got all the crap. And so that is, yeah, so let's say expensive stage setup. Expensive stage setup. So great. So they have toys up there, sound, and that's their advantage already, because at first I was gonna, like, the crowd's already into it, but we've already decided that the crowd is more hardcore than expected, and the pom-poms are a softer band than you guys are. And so great. So they get a bonus, or they get some advantage already from there. I'm imagining there are like tumbling mats out already to help them with their cheerleader routine. And so so excellent. So cool. All right, so that's your advantage that you already created. And then do you guys want to do anything else? You want to try and overcome their advantage, create more advantages, or do attack and defend like last time?
I'm good with attack and defend. What do you think?
All right. Sure. Let's do it.
Good. Excellent. Yeah. And so you guys have so got the dueling banjo bass line getting us started. You've got a stage at your disposal. You got an audience down below you. You're on either sides of the stage. And so what's Octavia's attack going to be coming across like? You are you're doing percussion, And so you're walking on, and so do you have like a drumline type setup on you? You're gonna play anything once, so you just like playing their own shit? Like, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm definitely playing their own shit.
Wonderful. Are you like on the opposite side of the drums from the drummer and just like staring him down and playing his drums like directly opposite from him?
Oh yeah.
Why is this not I want to see that in a movie. Like one drum set, two drummers, like dueling drummers.
Oh, I think that happens in Drumline.
Oh, I bet that does make sense. I haven't seen Drumline, so I'm sure that there's actually, yeah, that makes sense. But or maybe there's some other drum movies out there. But awesome. All right, cool. So one drum, we've got dueling drums, and so love it. So let's do your attack. Do you want to add bonuses on top of this? It's the last song of the evening, so use them or lose them. And because you got 3 on yourself, and then we still got some stuff on the board. Everything is scarce. You're used to you've done this before. It's not your first time to use somebody else's drums while they're still playing them. Popular Kids Have It Easy is a good one. Draw that spite.
Yeah, let's go with Popular Kids Have It Easy for sure.
Spectacular. Excellent. Maybe throw one in from your baseline. Draw off of, because as I said, use it or lose it. And you got 3 on there. So that's a +4 on top of it. Anything else you want to add on top?
I think this is a great time to pull in my math genius and come up with some seriously incredible beats.
Yes, good. Math Riot Girl, it's a thing. So that's awesome. So that we're doing a +4, +6 total for your attack. So awesome. So all right, give me that roll.
All right. What am I rolling here? Which one?
Oh yes, let's do your hit the harmony roll.
Okay.
Great. Okay, cool. Excellent. So 4. All right. So 4 + 6 is 10. So 10 points of damage coming across to the pom-poms. That's a beefy attack.
Yeah.
And so they are going to be doing a coordinated cheerleading chant against you guys. And so they are going to be they spend 1 fate point from their extensive stage setup to use their tumbling mats. And as we've got coordinated back handsprings and other things like that. And so we've got, and then they are going to be doing, oh yes, they're attacking in harmony. And so we've got 5 points of damage coming across to you on defense, Sarah. And how are you defending against this coordinated cheerleader chant that's like, that's coming across at you guys, that they're, they're spelling out something offensive or like, you guys, SUCK, whatever. It's morally, it's demoralizing, but also it's could be potentially doing physical damage as they're like bouncing around you guys.
Well, clearly I'm gonna use my dueling banjo.
Yep,
bass.
drawing off of that because it's the time to duel is here. It's wonderful.
And it's the last battle, so we're like super grungy. I'm totally a mutant.
Yes.
And so
You're
are
totally
my
mutant.
friends.
Yep.
Except for Octavia. Sorry. I know you're a little bitter about that, but
Can't always be as cool as you.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Excellent. So that's a 6 points of defend. Yeah.
No, that's probably good.
That's probably enough for now. So let's do that rhythm roll. Spectacular. All right, good. So you defend a whole bunch of damage. Actually, yeah, because they're probably doing multiple attacks on you, actually, because they've got a whole cheer squad. And so, but that is 10 points of defense. And so, yeah, so you absorb all of that damage. Because yeah, you just got off the road, you got, you know, you look super grungy, it fits. And then, you know, normally you guys wouldn't be coming on stage like this so much, or maybe you would, but at this point it's perfect. The crowd is super into it. They love how grungy you look. You guys, you know, you smell like the road. And yeah, that's awesome. Or I mean, you can narrate your defense if you want to, but I think the crowd is super into it. Yeah, yeah. And so that's awesome. You're coming out super hard and block all of that stuff. And then and they get obliterated with with your wild attack. The drums are you're wearing down the drummer. He's looking haggard. And with the crowd on your side, that's very demoralizing to the pom-poms. And so so excellent. So cool. And so we go back around, and I think with that, you guys are going to with that, let's see, like let's have the singer. She is going to you know, that was such a you know, a crushing attack on your side with a great defense that the song is still going on, but the singer has switched sides. And so she is you know, so she is going to you know, because I'm assuming part of this is you know, the goal is to lure, you know, to demonstrate that you guys are awesome, and that and you've got your little background info on the singer from her Raider contacts. And so like so yeah, so you know, she can't refuse or can't resist to get in on your dueling bass line. And so she's like, you know, I see that you guys were always you know, you never treated me right or whatever, didn't appreciate my my talent. And so she's going to switch sides and be with you guys, but we still got one more verse of song to go through before we wrap this up. And so, but you have a singer now who will be doing, and she is going to create a boost for you guys. On at least that's what she's going to be doing on this turn, is creating a advantage for you guys. And so that is going to be called back. That is going to be she's boosting you guys. So so yeah, that's so so she's gonna bring in some like Raider lyrics. Raider yeah, so she's gonna get a like a chorus or a hook or something like that for you guys. And so she's singing along and giving you guys a bonus on top of your stuff to draw off of if you want to. And she is but the you know, the pom-pom say, you know, you can't leave us, and so they're trying to lure her back. So anyways, let's finish up this, let's roll through this round, and if you guys can convince Tin, she's middling in the middle, so she's not quite sure yet. So if you guys can finish off the pom-poms, you will likely get your singer. So Excellent. So you got a bonus already. So we want to do attacks and defends again. Stick with what works.
It's been working
Or
so
switch
far.
it up.
Yeah.
Excellent. Great. So then, so Morgan, what are we doing on this guy? How are we adding bonuses? It's going to be the last attack. So I'm going to be using, use most of the fate points, but save a few for your defense for Sarah to use after you. Get that sweet solo with that big, what is your going to be like finishing blow to really take him down? You've been owning the drummer on his own drum set, which is ridiculous. And you've got these people trying to do back hamstrings all around you and stuff. But what do you really crush the, what's the finishing blow on the pom-poms? How do you really take them down?
We're probably gonna, we're gonna have some great lyrics about how the popular kids suck.
Yes. Crowd is in on that. Perfect.
What else do I have here? Well, I'm back up everything. So we could, now that we have a lead singer, we could do a duet.
Yeah, that's right. You've been waiting for this. So you two can, so that's awesome. I like that. You both on the mics. Excellent. Back up everything, working with that. Throw in one from the Raider chorus because we got two on that one. So that makes sense that you're doing the backup everything and she's adding her bonus. So that's going to be on there too. And then let's say probably one more.
Are you maybe talking about how there's like nothing left in the world?
Ooh, yeah.
Everything scarce. Great. Excellent. Excellent. There's nothing left. That's why we need each other. And that's a lot. Excellent. Good. And so I was at a hockey game last night and they were playing Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer or whatever. It just popped into my head. And so yes. Okay. Excellent. So 8 points of bonuses to you. Let's do your attack roll with that. Do another harmony. Good, good. So 10 points of damage coming across total. Spectacular. And so that's great. And then they are doing their own chorus to try to convince the singer to come back, talk about how scrubby you guys are, etc. They use their expensive stage setup. They and then they roll. Okay, cool. So 5 points of damage is going to be coming across for Sarah to defend.
I'm gonna pull together everything I have left.
That's right.
In this world and use my dueling bases.
Spectacular. Yeah, and they had two attacks actually. So let me throw that other attack on there too, because we got to make it. We got to get some juice on there. All right, cool. So so great. So that's
solve some problems with some algebra maybe too.
Yes. Great. Good. Good. And so let's say you got it's 9 points of damage coming across at you guys. So it's a little bit harder, considerably harder, but not as good as Morgan's attack. So
I also am going to give the singer that we're trying to lure to our side, I'm going to give her the most awesome hug in the world.
The most awesome hug. Yes. Good. Good. Love it. And so that's great. Use up the end of the Raider chorus because you're embracing her as well. And that's pretty solid. So you want to roll it? You ready? Okay, great. And so we've got 8 plus 3, so that is 11 points of defense, and so that is enough to flawlessly defend your band from the attack. And so, and with your 10 points of damage, you you finish off the bloody pom-poms. They're and you convince the awesome singer to join your band. And so, you know, maybe the rest of the pom-poms leave and you three like finish their set, and the crowd goes wild. They like it way better than what was going on before. And that's awesome. And then afterwards, a cool manager comes up and he's like, I gotta sign you guys. We gotta get this. You guys got real talent. And or at least he offers you. You get a cool some multiple offers of managers, and you can take your pick on that. And so, and then you can hang out for the rest of your sweet 3-day weekend at the Death Metal Burning Man. And that, my friends, is Fate. Apocalypse. So thank you so much for playing. It's 2 people role play is always it's a lot of pressure on you guys, but thank you so much for getting through it and rolling with all that kind of pressure, all that spotlight. So yeah, so thanks for doing that. And what'd you think of Fate?
Different, but I don't know. I think it would be. I would have liked to have had more people playing.
Yeah, right. With more people, you can see there's a lot more bonuses that are being created. It's got, I mean, it's really one of my favorite things. It's really collaborative. And so that's why it's a great team building game. And that's why you guys are playing in a band. And so it adds it allows you guys to kind of really, when you're collecting these fate points from all these different aspects and stuff, it's like, oh, and that one, like, you helped me with that one and you helped me with that. And so it can really like brings people together in a nice single way without having to spend so much time like doing big group actions and stuff, in my opinion. But yeah, totally right. And yeah, and then we do, yes, and so I got a little ahead of myself. So we do the teachable moments, which is our teachable moment, which is the way we wrap up the stream with, and if you guys could think of a like a potential like thing that happened during the game, that like one of the interactions we had that might be, you could see how that was a kind of taught you a potential lesson or showed you something that would be usable potentially for your own kind of experience as a geek, as a therapeutic game master, or a way you could potentially see using a component of this game or part of this game in your own therapy. You guys done the teachable moments before? Yep, head shaking.
I work with a lot of outsiders, and so the idea of having the popular kids as an opponent that we can defeat would be really useful in the work that I do.
Yes. Nice. Yes, you can really mold your opponents to fit well, and that one already has this has the built-in underdog like aspect to it, and Eric, the game designer who made this, is yep, he's down with that. Yep, that's a good example of using that as a good moment to bring that stuff in, because we love the outsiders. So what do you think, Sarah? What was a moment potentially for you that you might think related to therapy or might be useful for you in the future?
I'd have to really work on this one a lot. I work primarily with the autistic community, and I feel like this would potentially be pretty challenging for them. because there's a lot of outside the box, not
Yes.
like the creativeness and whatnot to it, which not saying that people, you know, that they're not creative people, because they are. This just might stretch it a little bit more, especially some that may be struggling more with theory of mind, as far as like accepting other people's interpretations of things.
Yes, that's really smart. That makes sense. Yeah,
So while I liked it, I don't know that it's necessarily, and when I first started reading through it today, I thought, ooh, this might be really good for some younger players, because it seemed like the mechanics seemed a lot simpler. But after playing it and kind of experiencing it, I don't know that would be necessarily as helpful or effective with my population.
Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely. And because Fate is, on one hand, it comes across as kind of like streamlined and rules light, but on the other hand, when the rubber hits the road, it's actually fairly crunchy.
Yeah.
And there is a Fate accelerated, a simpler version of Fate that I probably should be running for this game. But I grew up I learned on Fate Core, and so this is my what I'm familiar with. So there is a slightly more streamlined version of Fate, but it's still it's crunchier than you think it is, and that's why you gotta play it to experience, because it's like there's hidden layers of crunch in there. So so that's a great, and that's why we have you guys try out different games, is because you want to find a game that fits the patient and the situation, and have a variety of tools in your toolbox, as opposed to just treating, as my PhD advisor used to say, to a person with a hammer, everything looks like a nail, or something like that. Anyways. So, but at that point, but at this point, those are awesome takeaways. I really like that, because it's good to be to think about what fits well. And with that, I think we'll just call it a night. We're at 10:05. We've been playing a good game, and thanks, DM Dad or DM Fad. Oh, Fad, dude, thanks for watching, man. I'm glad you made it. That's awesome. Good. Yeah, he's one of the students in my cohort. He's a great guy. So glad you made it, Fad. And I'll see you guys in class. I guess I won't be there on Friday, but you two are awesome. Thank you so much, and have a good rest of your experience with Geek Therapeutics. And thanks everybody for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.